Good morning. Co-chairs Meek and Nathanson and committee members, my name is Ed Diehl, State Representative for House District 17, East Salem through the majestic Santiam Canyon. I'm here to oppose the amended versions of House Bill, or the amended version of House Bill 2199, House Bill 2199A, and enthusiastically support the original version of this bill that passed the House Economic Development Small Business Committee unanimously with a do-pass recommendation. Over the last few days, I've had the opportunity to connect with my caucus members who served with me on the Joint Committee on Semiconductors, Representatives Wallen, Helfrich, and Levy, to discuss the status of House Bill 2199. After serving on the Joint Committee on Semiconductors and hearing extensive testimony for more than 2 months, we are all very confused as to how this bill evolved into what we have today. House Bill 2199A started out as a simple extension of our well-written and successful enterprise zone statute. Enterprise zones are an essential element of a comprehensive semiconductor package, specifically designed to attract the best and brightest semiconductor businesses to our great state. Our understanding was that our House Revenue Committee and Senate Finance and Revenue Committee would be charged as the initial stewards of the state and local incentives component of this semiconductor package, and that their work would eventually land in this committee to be finalized. We believed that in that process, the Senate, House, and eventually this combined committee would be aligning state and local incentives in a way that is responsive to the Federal CHIPS Act, U.S. Department of Commerce requirements, and positions Oregon to compete with other states who are making major strides to capture semiconductor investment and build on the significant investment we have already made through Senate Bill 4. Yet what we see here with the amended version of House Bill 2199A presented to this committee is the opposite of that. It slashes the incentives and cuts the extension in half, meaning businesses looking to invest in Oregon have more uncertainty and less of a reason to come here at a time where we must maintain competitiveness with the rest of the country looking to take advantage of this Federal CHIPS Act funding. The previous sunset extensions for the enterprise zone programs have been for 10 years, which we'd argue should be the bare minimum time extension for a program that facilitates billions of dollars in private investment and has been proven by the state's own study to produce a 29-to-1 return on investment. And I want to emphasize that point. The enterprise zone program, as expressed in the original House Bill 2199, is an investment with a clear and obvious direct financial benefit to Oregon. It's hard to find any other statewide investment that provides such a significant and clear-cut return. What's more, slashing the incentives for private companies by removing 40% of the benefit makes little sense when the program has demonstrated such a huge return on investment in the past. So on behalf of myself and my colleagues who spent so much time on joint semiconductors, I'm here to communicate our opposition to House Bill 2199A. On Wednesday, we received a very positive updated revenue forecast. Given this forecast, which shows we will have $1.87 billion more than we did in March, we should be comfortable making this investment in Oregon's future. I'd argue that SB 4 is an empty shell unless we have the original House Bill 2199 and other incentive bills, including R&D tax credits and a robust SIP gain share program in place. Now is the time to double down on our successful enterprise zone program and forge a stronger partnership with cities and counties to grow the semiconductor industry and other critical industry sectors. Future budget writers in this building will thank you, not to mention all of the future Oregonians who will benefit from the opportunity, the good-paying jobs, and well-funded state services. So we strongly encourage you to adopt the recently introduced A2 amendment, returning House Bill 2199A to its original form. My colleagues Wallen, Levy, Helfrich, and I thank you for your time. But I'm not done yet. As with Enterprise Zone Bill, House Bill 2199A, which I just testified on, I am here representing my caucus members Wallen, Helfrich, and Levy to oppose House Bill 3457A and support the original version of that bill. The original version of House Bill 3457A improved on the highly successful Strategic Investment Program, SIP program. The SIP program provides limited property tax relief for private firms in return for heavy investment in the community. The local government receives reduced property taxes as a result, but the state benefits from the income taxes on jobs created and retained by these projects. To offset the reduced property taxes, the state pays the county in which the project resides a portion of that income tax received. And that's what's called SIP gain share. The amended version of this bill before you today, House Bill 3457A, guts the existing SIP program by reducing the gain share cap from $16 million to $5 million. This will significantly impact one county in Oregon, Washington County, that stands to support the bulk of the projects stemming from the CHIPS Act. This reduction of the gain sharing cap removes the incentive for Washington County to even participate in this program. And in our opinion, House Bill 3457A, as currently written, is essentially a nail in the coffin for the SIP program for the semiconductor industry anyway, which has shown benefits to Oregon for decades. Instead of bringing certainty to our local incentives and strengthening our partnerships with counties and cities, we seem to be on a path to dismantle the program that has been so instrumental in building the existing semiconductor ecosystem in Oregon. As one expert who testified in our semiconductor committee told us, the SIP program is the best program we have to attract CHIPS Act businesses. Colleagues, we have the opportunity of a lifetime to bring high-paying, high-tech jobs and industry to Oregon. That's what the CHIPS Act is all about. We need to remember that we are in a competitive environment. There are many other states vying for this federal funding. We must put a solid, well-rounded, comprehensive package on the table. We need to earn this business. Oregon had a comprehensive plan with this business. This plan had bipartisan support, and I believe that support included the governor. The key elements of this plan are the core bill, SB 4, which has already been signed into law, SB 5, a beefed-up R&D incentive program, which is scheduled for a hearing in this committee next week, the original House Bill 2199, and the original House Bill 3457. Each of these bills is essential to Oregon winning this business in a highly competitive environment. And this business must be viewed as a long-term investment in Oregon's future, not a short-term cost. My colleagues Wallen, Levy, Helfrich, and I strongly encourage you to amend House Bill 3457A back to its original form to assure every leg of our robust CHIPS Act package is strong. I'd also ask you to commit to hearing Senate Bill 1084. Let's make this happen. Thank you for your time.